Exactly 1 year ago, we were in this very same area with a broken trailer and quite a predicament. This year, we're back with a completely new build, so let's see how it goes. Welcome to Get Out Go, I'm Christoph. Please join us as we go wild camping in the Kalahari. Good morning from a quite nippy Botsalano. It's August, so it is still winter. Slept really well though. This is a round trip, so we'll be coming back to this very place at the end, and then I'll show you around some more. But today we're off to Molopo. We're going to drive all along the border and the Molopo River, so mostly dirt. I haven't been to Molopo in like 15 years, so looking forward to that.
We're currently at Botsalano Game Reserve in the northwest province of South Africa. Then we'll head to Mafikeng and travel along the border with Botswana and the Molopo River. Next, we'll cross into Botswana via McCarthy's Rest and restock at Tsabong. That takes us past Mabua to the KD12 concession. We'll stick to the concessions and stay at Nqhepan in KD2. We also pop in at the Kaa Gate of the Kgalagadi Transfrontier Park. We then head for Kang and the Kalahari Rest Lodge. From here, we head back to South Africa via the Trans-Kalahari Highway. This is also our brand new setup's maiden voyage, so if you haven't seen our build videos yet, I'll give you a brief tour later. We're joined by Heinrich Richter and his wife Marissa on this trip. We're filling up with water before we hit the road though. Water is a rare commodity in the Kalahari Desert. Embarking on a journey through the Kalahari Desert is like entering a realm where time seems to stand still. This vast expanse of arid beauty stretching across several southern African countries offers striking contrast of harsh elements and delicate wonders. As we set out on this adventure, the sensation of driving across the Kalahari is both exhilarating and humbling, with the endless sand dunes and sparse vegetation creating a stunning, otherworldly landscape. The journey promises not only the thrill of exploring one of the world's most intriguing deserts, but also a profound connection to the raw, unspoiled essence of nature.
We are on our way to Mafikeng right now. We're going for some last-minute shopping, maybe extra water, some dip, and it seems charcoal.
Yeah, wood's kind of interesting on this. We don't actually have a lot of storage for wood, only a little piece on the roof rack here. I might add a Gobi X at the back on a swing arm for more wood. We're not sure yet, so we're still trying it out.
Then we're heading out to Molopo, which is a few hours drive. I think it's like 3 to 4 hours drive, and we are making dinner tonight, so hopefully it won't take too long.
Yeah, it's always interesting when you get to camp late and have to still make dinner. There's 2 routes. We want to try and sort of stay along the Molopo River, but yeah, one route's saying it's going to take like 7.5 hours to do about 400 kilometers. So yeah, let's do some shopping and then on to Molopo.
Mafikeng, or now called Mahikeng, is a bustling little town and a great gateway to Botswana as it's located close to 3 border posts. We're just stopping here though for some last minute shopping before we head to Molopo.
Okay, so we've done a little bit of last minute shopping at Mafikeng, Mahikeng as it's called now. Put in some diesel, and the GPS said it's about 5 hours drive, so I'm not exactly sure about that, but we're heading to Molopo. Let's see how we go. We just hit a long stretch of dirt. We've got about 200 k's of dirt in front of us, so we're just airing down. If you haven't seen, we use the indeflates, obviously, that you can deflate 2 tires if you have different pressures, or even 4 tires at the same time. We just stopped at Tosca to pick up some wood, and just asked, it's usually a good idea to ask, you know, road conditions, that sort of thing. We've been informed the road to Molopo is terrible, so we'll see if we make it in time, otherwise we might just wild camp. Let's see.
Driving through the Kalahari Desert is a mesmerizing experience where the vast expanse of undulating red sand stretches for as far as the eye can see. The landscape, though seemingly barren, is alive with hidden beauty, occasional hardy shrubs, resilient wildlife, and the subtle shifting hues of the desert sky. As our vehicles plow through the soft sand, the isolation is profound. Yet there's a sense of awe in the immense, unspoiled wilderness that feels eternal.
So now it's 20 past 5. I think the gate closes at 6, so probably not going to make the gate, because it says we'll be there 6:15. So hopefully somebody keeps the gate open for us. The reality with driving in these rural roads, you never know what you're going to get and how long it's going to take. This one's actually not that bad. It's quite scenic. If you have good tires and low pressure, and you've got a good aftermarket suspension, let's see if we make it. You can hear the jackal in the background. So safe to say we just made it into Molopo Game Reserve. We were like literally 15 minutes late, but fortunately they let us in. Obviously won't be able to show you much now, but before we leave tomorrow morning, I'll just show you around camp. We can't game drive here at the moment, unfortunately. That's why we're just staying one night. So I will come back to have a better look at this place. They are hunting at the moment. So as far as I understand it, it's probably culling. So there seems to be some commercial hunting. So we'll find out more on exactly how that works. But for the moment, we can only stay here one night. So tomorrow we on to the wild of Botswana. So I'll see you in the morning.
Kalahari sunsets are a breathtaking spectacle of nature, where the sky transforms into a canvas of vibrant hues as the sun dips below the horizon. We're having coffee and breakfast, and then we have to hit the road again. Let me show you around a bit first though. There are 12 campsites at Phiri camp. All of these are spacious and shaded, situated around a central ablution block. There's also a hide that's accessible to campers 24/7. Here you get a great view of the nearby waterhole. If you want to find game in the Kalahari, this is usually where you look first. Molopo has Kalahari games such as wildebeest, gemsbok, springbok and eland. You can also usually find these namakwa sandgrouse near water, as well as crafty blackback jackals waiting to make a quick meal out of these sandgrouse. I really like these campsites and the reserve, so we'll definitely be back here soon. Right now though, it's time to head to Botswana.
On our way to McCarthy's Rest. That's the border post we'll be using today. Really great to be back at Molopo. It'll be great when the hunting's over. We can come back and show you around some more. I do recommend it. They have done some renovations to the ablution since we were last here. It doesn't still need some work, but it's not bad. The campsites are nice. The area is really nice. After the border, we'll be heading to Sabong just to refuel, and then we're on to the Mabuasehube Gate, see if there's any space. If not, carry on to Jack's Pad.
In the Kalahari, the striking contrast between white dirt tracks and the red sand creates a vivid and unforgettable landscape. The white dirt, often a result of salt deposits, forms a stark, almost unreal pathway that winds through the deep, vibrant red dunes of the desert. McCarthy's Rest is usually a quiet border post, and it takes us no time to cross the border.
We just left Sabong. I didn't film too much because I still have PTSD from the last time we had to fix trailers in Sabong. We're on our way now to Jack's Pan or Jackie's Pan. These roads are corrugated as ever. I must say, I think the suspension setup's dialed in nicely though. It could be a hell of a lot worse knowing these roads, so it's actually not that bad. We'll stop in Mabua and
see if there's any space, then we might stay there. But we do have permits for KD12 and KD2, so otherwise we'll just proceed there. Right now though, we're just enjoying driving these thick sand cut lines. Mabuasehube is part of the Kalahari Transfrontier Park and one of our favorite spots. It's becoming increasingly difficult to get a booking here lately, hence why we're exploring other alternatives. This also makes for an ideal lunch spot while we decide what to do. So we just quickly stopped at Mabua. They did have one evening at Papaya Reserve, which we like. But unfortunately, there's no water. So when there's no water at Papaya, there's none. So the campsite also don't accept anything other than cash if you arrive at the gates. The parks fees and all that you can pay by card, but we didn't have enough coolers on us. We do have permits for jacks or jack expanse, the KD12 concession, so we're heading there right now. Water disruption in Mabua seems to be a regular occurrence, unfortunately. They'd been without water for 2 weeks this time, apparently. As we arrive at Jack's Pan, we greet it with quite a sight. The solitary campsite is located on a dune overlooking Jack's Pan.
These places might not be the easiest to get to, but it's certainly worth it when you're sitting around a camp like this with a view like that, hearing barking geckos. It's brilliant.
ding op my kop is, die stadium.
So this is Jack's Pan, also known as Jackie's Pan. It's part of the KD12 concession. So this is a pretty wild area. It's right next to Mabuasehube, which is part of the Kgalagadi Transfrontier Park. You have to have a permit to camp here, but it's pretty wild, and what I've seen so far, I'm loving it. These concessions are managed or run by local communities, but the local communities, like this one for instance, are kilometers away from here, so they're not serviced regularly. Jack's Pan in particular had facilities at one point with a hot water donkey and some water, but it seems that's fallen to disrepair. That does not mean, however, this is your dumping ground, so pack in what you pack out. In other words, whatever you bring in, take it out with you. Nobody services this, so don't leave your garbage here, please. You also need to be self-sufficient, so you have to have enough water, power, everything. If you're going to use a bush toilet, dig a deep hole, burn the toilet paper. I actually recommend using a chemical toilet, so you again packing in what you pack out. Have enough water, both drinking and washing. There is no water in the area.
Right now though, it's time for some coffee. We're staying here 2 nights, so today we're just taking it easy in camp. It seems some shoes have fallen victim to the local hyenas, and there are also loads of fresh lion spoor in camp. We know this pride of lions frequent the area from our last visit to Mabua. We haven't spotted them this time, or at least not yet. This is an amazing place just to relax and soak it all up. Hearing barking geckos in the Kalahari Desert is a strange experience that punctuates the stillness of the evening with a curious rhythmic sound. As dusk falls and the temperature drops, their distinct bark-like calls resonate through the cool desert air, creating an eerie yet captivating feeling. The lonely jackal calls only add to this feeling. I truly love this place.
Good morning. We had a really great stay here at Jack's Pan. It does get a bit nippy in winter, but I think the coldest temperature we've had so far has been -2 degrees Celsius, so be prepared for that, and it can still get quite hot in the day as well. It's really quiet, it's really wild. I can highly recommend this place. We have not seen a single human being since we've been here. Today we're heading to the KD2 concession, and we'll check out, there's quite a few pans in there, so just getting some breakfast, some coffee, and then we'll hit the road.
Botswana salt pans are renowned for their extraordinary beauty. The vast, shimmering expanses of these pans, such as the Kalahari Nqhepan, are remnants of ancient inland seas, creating a surreal, almost lunar landscape. When dry, the salt flats form a dazzling, reflective surface that stretches endlessly, offering stunning views and spectacular sunsets. It's a good idea to consult good old paper maps when deciding on routes. The Tracks for Africa paper maps and atlases are our maps of choice. We're deciding if we should take the cut line straight to Kaa or go via Hukunsi. Hukunsi seems to be the ideal route.
So we decided to take the cut line to Hukunsi, which is a town. It looks a lot better than going straight down the cut line to Kaa, because that's 160 kilometers of jeep track, so twee spoor. We're not keen on that today. So the Hukunsi, there's signal. We'll see if we can top up on water. We do have enough, but it's always great just to top up, and you can also find fuel. Let's go.
We find some diesel, a Sefalana, which is usually a pretty good shop in Botswana, and top up on some water courtesy of a B&B.
So we on our way to Nqhepan again. We just stopped at Hukunsi for some water, which is always welcome. Then you don't have to worry if you have enough. And I refueled diesel as well while we're at it. And I think we've probably still got another hour and a half or up to 2 hours drive from Hukunsi. Slow going, the road's not great. We'll catch up again when we're there. So you can actually enter the Kgalagadi Transfrontier Park at the Kaa Gate as well. If you travel through this KD2 piece, you still have to buy a permit. You can either pay here by the gate, or I'll put some information in the description below where you can pay ahead. That allows you to either transit this area or stay at Nqhepan. Cool,
Thank you very much. Bye, thank you. Bye-bye.
These wildlife management areas, or WMAs, serve as buffers to parks and reserves while providing local communities with income from tourism. We're soon setting up camp at Nqhepan. I must say, we're very happy with our new setup so far.
So we've reached the KD2 concession and we're at Nqhepan at the campsite, and as you can see, it's pretty spectacular. It's also pretty great considering you're paying around 285 rands per person per day. That's not bad.
The two campsites here have no facilities and the location is pretty amazing. The view onto the pan is spectacular, albeit a little bit exposed to the wind. The isolation in the Kalahari Desert is profound, offering a unique sense of tranquility and introspection. The vast, unspoiled expanse creates an environment free from distractions and the noise of modern life, allowing for a deep connection with nature. This solitude fosters a rare kind of serenity, where the only sounds are the whispers of wind through camelthorn trees and the distant calls of desert life.
So we are leaving Nqhepan. There's two campsites here. They're both really nice. They're on the actual pan. You can just quite a pretty view. It's a bit windy today, which is not great, but yeah, August is the most windy month in southern Africa, so you can expect some wind. We're going to Kaa now. Now Kaa, there's a big pan, and part of it's in the Kgalagadi Transfrontier Park, and it seems there might be a campsite that's outside that's still part of this concession, so we might stay there.
We're soon at the Kaa Gate, where we find there's indeed space available at the campsites here. We also get our first sighting right here by the waterhole at the gate.
So we slept over at Kaa, at one of the Kaa campsites. We're on the one with basic ablutions, and it was a pretty good idea actually. That's the upside of not having a fixed itinerary. You can change it as you go. I will definitely be coming back here. It is very different to Mabua. We did see those lions yesterday, that was pretty cool, and some wildlife this morning on the game drive as well. We're now seeing if there's space at Polenswa, because that's also managed by DWMP. If so, then we'll probably go through there and then drive back a different route. Otherwise we'll stick to the original plan, and the next stop will be Kalahari Rest near Kang.
In the meantime, let me show you around Kaa.
So we checked, it's unfortunately no space at Polenswa. We also checked with Sand Parks via InReach. There's no space at Nosop either. Fortunately, like I said, nothing's booked here, so no itinerary. So we'll be heading to our original destination, which is Kalahari Rest, just north of Kang, and then maybe back to Molopo and ultimately on to Botsalano. If you missed my initial impressions video of the Canopy camper, let me show you around quickly. You gain access to this Canopy camper from the main rear door, or you can access the sides from gull wing doors. The rear door is also how you get into the bed and the tent at the top.
All of these are easy to open and close and are lockable. You can also lock the rear door in an open position, and it can lock from the inside as well. To set up the bed, you simply pop two latches and push up the roof. You access the bed from the inside, so no ladder required. The double bed is comfortable and spacious.
We've opted for both the 270-degree shutter awning as well as the shower cube on this camper.
This awning provides great cover and is very easy to set up or tear down. The shower cube is great for remote travel and wild camping.
At the back here we also have all our power inputs and outputs, both shore power and 12 volt, as well as our water taps, hot water and cold water for both washing up and to the shower. You also have a spare jerry can and our LP gas bottle that feeds our KDAC cooker here as well.
The drop-down table works great for cooking or quick lunch stops. Please check out the initial impressions video if you want to see more of this camper. It's early morning and it's time to hit the road again.
We've just signed out of the Kalahari Transfrontier Park here at Kaa. Had a really good stay here. Incidentally, I am thinking of creating a tour from this route. So if you're interested, let me know in the comments, or have a look at getoutgo.co.za/tours. I think I'll definitely include this one in there. We're heading back through the KD2 concession, past Zutswa, then up north past Kang to Kalahari Rest. Still some interesting places to see, so stick around. Let's go. So we are on our way to Kalahari Rest. It's just north of Kang. This trip's been a little different in the sense that we had a sort of rough plan, but I hadn't booked anything specific other than the permits for the concession areas. It's actually been pretty good like that. What have you thought about Kaa and the KD concessions?
Oh, I loved it. We saw some lions, that was really great. Some animals at the waterhole. It's been a great fun trip with great friends.
Yeah, I had a really good time. The camping's been good. It's very remote, which is usually what we like. Canopy camp has been good. It's a little bit chaotic at the moment still because we haven't got our goose gear cupboards in, so it's moving around a lot of stuff, which I don't recommend. But everything else seems to be working all right.
I love the canopy. I think it was the right decision. I wouldn't choose anything else. Can't wait for our cupboards. The thing will be complete and yeah, ready to go.
So I'm going to show you what Kalahari Rest looks like. If you've seen my Namibia series, you would have seen it already. Quite a nice little campsite. And then from there, we're going to decide what we do. Do we go back maybe through McCarthy's Rest, back to Molopo, or we'll go by Jan's camp, get through the Ramalabata border post, and finally Botsalano, which I'll show you around a bit there as well. Let's go. We've just aired up at Quincy as we've now hit Taa again. I think we're about an hour and a half, 2 hours out of Kang, and then we'll sleep over at Kalahari Rest. I'll show you around there a little bit again. Then tomorrow we're probably going to give Jan's camp a skip and go straight to Botsalano. I think that's a manageable drive in one day, and then we can spend like 3 days at Botsalano, which I'm looking forward to.
Kalahari Rest is a formal campsite, so it's a great break from bush camping and the perfect stopover on the Trans-Kalahari Highway. We soon set up at camp. The campsites have power points, fire pits and hedges, but it still feels like you're in the bush. There are very neat shared bathrooms with flushing toilets and hot water showers. Hot water is provided by hot water donkeys, and these work really well.
Hy sê toe vir haar in die begin van die jaar, ja, hoe sal ons doen? Ek kom en sy saam want ek gaan daar. Ja.
Hello.
It's around a 5-hour drive from Kalahari Rest to Botsalano, south down the Trans-Kalahari Highway.
Good morning. We just left Kalahari Rest. It's great to be back there to show Vanessa what it looks like. If you're traveling along the Trans-Kalahari Highway to and from Namibia, that's a really good stopover. We're on our way to Kang, where we'll refuel, then on to Mabuasehube, border post, Mafikeng for some restocking, and then Botsalano.
The Ramatlabama border post takes commercial traffic as well, but it doesn't take us long to cross the border.
In 200 meters, turn left onto Nelson Mandela Drive, N18.
So we've just arrived back at Botsalano. This is definitely one of our favorite places. It's really wild, although it's quite accessible. Really like it. Let me show you around.
There are 4 great bush camps in Botsalano, all separated by a few kilometers. These are very rustic, but some of our favorite camps in South Africa.
It's our last day at Botsalano. It's
thus the last day of the trip. I really had a great trip this time. It was nice being a small group. Thanks for Heinrich and Marissa for coming along. It was definitely different to the usual national parks. You definitely get a sense of isolation in these KD Concession, for instance, and really just being by yourself for days on end. So I can highly recommend that. It was great having the new setup and trying that out, and thankfully nothing broke. Which is part and parcel of the adventure, but I think this definitely suits our needs very well at the moment. So what did you think of the new places we visited in the Kalahari?
Wow, very remote. There was absolutely no one for days, and it's very soul-searching when you're out there.
Yeah, I think it's certainly it's a harsh environment, but even in that sense, it's beautiful. It's we did this in winter, so do be prepared for cold at night. I think the lowest we had was -2 again.
Yeah.
So the heated blanket definitely goes a long way, and it does get hot in the days as well. It's a very harsh environment, but I can definitely recommend it. We will be turning this into a tour as well, so do have a look at getoutgo.co.za/tours for more information. Thanks for camping with us again. Until next time, get out there.